Okay, here we have Jannik Sinner in the near court and Djokovic there in the far court. And what you're going to do, starting with the baseline game, if you want to play like Jannik Sinner, you're going to stay as close to the baseline as possible. And depending on who you're playing, the situation, you're going to have to figure out where this line is. So if we draw a line behind him, the line could be up here, could be back here. You can see here he's on clay. He's back pretty far. This isn't even an actual game. This is just a practice point. And you're going to have that line. You're going to stay as close to the ball as possible. That's what you're going to do on this side. On the far side, you're going to have another line. I'm going to put my tennis map up here in the corner. You're going to have you're going to have a box here. And you're going to try. Let's watch him. You're going to try and hit outside of that box. And see up here in the corner I have the red zone. You're going to use this on this side, the principles I just mentioned on this side, and you're going to practice trying to hit those targets. And ideally, you're going to hit them as aggressively as possible. But in the beginning, you're just going to play around with them. Get used to it. Let's take a look at Sinner here. We can see him doing this. He was there. Back deep middle. And you can see pretty much on every ball he hits, he's outside of that spot. It's hard to see. Oftentimes when you're watching people play, it's hard to see this. But if we pause it right there, that ball is in that deep, past that deep line. Oftentimes it's hard to see. A lot of players are hitting it just behind the service line. It's not the same as where Sinner's hitting it. And you can see he hit 4 or 5 in a row. That one he dropped a little bit short. And you're going to make mistakes, but this is the practice, getting more consistent, especially when you're fully concentrated on doing it. Sometimes you're not always concentrating. There's other things going on, so you don't need to hit those targets all the time. But when you really want to, and that's going to be the practice. And here's another good example. Djokovic is at the net. Sinner is at the baseline. He's going to stay close to the ball, and he's going to play directly at Djokovic as much as possible. This is another good way to get used to staying on the line and not moving backwards, taking the ball, standing up. And this is also really, really good way to play if you're tall. If you're tall like Sinner. Because if you're not tall, this can be difficult against certain players in certain situations. We move here to the serve. Keeping it simple, he's going to go, you're going to see he's going to go line down the middle, line out wide, and directly at Djokovic in the middle. And that's how he's going to practice. You can see him here. He's going to try to make contact with the ball inside the court. You can see him landing inside the court. He's going to try to make the court smaller by doing that, because he's already making the court smaller with his height being 6'4". And by making contact inside the court directly to these targets as best as he can, he's going to make the court smaller. He's going to at least make it feel smaller for him and make it feel smaller for his opponent, Djokovic, there. And these are the things that aren't being mentioned when people are talking about these players and how good they are. It's these principles that they're using, and they're playing matches and practices over many hours and years to become proficient